Am I online? I'm unable to, What the hell? Let me see this here. Oh, okay, it's receiving my content now. Is this just like really far behind, or is this like me being laggy? I don't know. I don't know what this is, man. I don't know. Let me keep my view of the stream open for a bit and do this motion and see when it does that. See how laggy it is, how behind it is. Okay, it's not bad. It's not terrible. Let me pause my stream now. Okay, are you guys here? Yeah, tell me how multiplayer is, cause I'm still interested to try multiplayer, but I just don't want it to be as laggy as I remember it when I last tried, cause it was super laggy. Like, ever since Infinite Warfare came out, Black Ops 3 seems like it's just broken. Broken lag. But if that's fixed, I'm down to bring Black Ops 3 back. Oh my god. I can't move my sticks properly right now. My fingers are not what they need to be right now. Like, I know what I want to do, I'm just... my thumb's sliding around and not doing it correctly. And from trying free run again, I think I'm breaking my controller faster too. Because of the constant forward pressure and hard pushes against the stick in multiple directions. But I mean, I'm probably about to buy another controller in near future. Hopefully not too near anyway. But oh my god, I can't twist left as I need to. Can't pull myself left. I think part of it is I'm afraid to start really mashing on the stick, making it break. Because I can start feeling some wear in my stick. Oh my god, I hit the ceiling. Not good. Yeah, if you're low here, you can be very comfortable of not hitting the ceiling and gain speed there over my current record, but whatever. Yeah, hopefully it's good. So again, I think it is actually a YouTube problem and not a me problem. Oh my god. So, when I saw that you guys were seeing lag, I quickly turned off the music. So I think I can bring it back. Pretty sure that it's not like my own problem. I haven't been able to pay attention to it though, so maybe it was somehow, but I like to think that it's YouTube's fault because I couldn't stream again on that server either, so I really do think it's a server issue. Don't tell me what to do. You're getting banned if you tell me what to do. You do not know better than me. You think you know better than me, but you do not know better than me. I can almost guarantee you. Do you have the world record on Blackout? No? Then stay out of it. If I ever go on Alpha, or Sidewinder, or Infected, or a completely different speedrun game, I might ask for advice from someone, but no. Not for this. I am not gonna ask for advice. Because I have a lot more experience, probably even still, on Blackout than anybody. So, Yeah. And a lot of the time, you can't see it because I don't have face cam, but a lot of the time, I'm like looking over to the right at my computer, sometimes at chat, or my view of the stream, and checking if it's okay, and stuff like that. And I do that while I'm playing, so sometimes I'm literally no-looking while I do stuff, and that's where a lot of errors might come through that seem really stupid. Ugh. Okay, can you be more precise in your comments? It is very important on the internet to be precise with what you're saying. So can you slide on the right of the platform? Yes. Is it useful? No. And really what you have to do when you do it is you gotta bounce twice on the first wall to really make it work right. And it's still not useful, at least for console. There might be a way that PC can make it faster. But me and Evan, way back when, tested the shit out of that. Oh my god, I suck. Yeah, I'm aware of the checkpoint glitch on Alpha, the R3K area. When I last returned to free run for like a day, I tried it out and became fairly consistent at it. I understand how it works. I understand probably better than most, maybe even better than anyone, how to do how to get height, how to get extra height on your slides off of a curved edge like that one I just went off of, which is very important in that spot, to get extra height off of your jump for Alpha. Ooh, barely. But I'm gonna lose time here unless nope, I didn't do it. Unless I do something crazy. I was really trying to catch up time so that I could have a chance at the record. Because I would have been like 0.5 seconds behind. Even though I was 0.0 behind there, I landed really early and it was pretty sloppy. So I really had to catch up on glass. I probably could have caught up here too, but I don't like this part too much. I don't like relying on that. I want to get something on glass if I need to catch up, and if I don't do that quite well enough, then I also have that checkpoint fault thing to gain a little bit of time on, because it's going to be hard to gain time at the very end here too, from Drakon to the finish. It's definitely possible to gain like 0.3, probably more than that too, but it's going to be very hard to even stay even with my current time at the very end. So, you know, I'm going to probably need to be at least 0.3 ahead just to tie my time, basically, at the last two checkpoints. So, yeah. Yeah, R3K. Yeah, that's the one, right? Yeah. You know, the pistol. What the 3-round burst in what is it called in this game? The 3-round burst pistol. You know, they're both burst guns. What is it called? RK5. Yeah. Well, they're, you know, R3K and RK5. I mean, come on. Whoa. Whoa, don't call me a dipshit. They use R, K, and a number. Okay? Like, I mean, come on. Come on. I haven't played Black Ops 3 for real, like the actual game, in a long time, okay? That's a very easy mistake, and you know exactly how it is. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that negative attitude about that. You know, I can be negative to you guys, but if you're gonna be negative to me, you know, I have more power than you on this channel. You know, I could just ban you if I wanted. Oh, that could have been really good shotgun. Yeah, but just light little pieces of negativity aren't too bad, because I know exactly how people can think that it comes across as funny, but when you're not here, like, talking in front of a microphone and having the inflection of your voice and everything being shown through the internet, it's really hard to really say what you mean. So you do honestly have to be very careful on the internet about making sure that what you type is actually what you meant. And if you don't do that, even if you're not trying to be, you will be a scumbag. Oh. Yeah, getting onto Drakon Wall was really sloppy, and I wanted to make sure I did it consistent. But that's really good. That's second place, so. But yeah, doing it how I did, I was starting to do it a little bit consistently and with some mistakes in there, because that's the first real good run. I think that's even the first sub 130 I've done on stream so far. So if I get a second lead by 4 walls, I can definitely get a 124. Definitely at least a record for sure, just with how sloppy that was, and it's still pretty much tied myself. Yeah. Like, again, I shared a picture on Twitter of me off stream getting a 1.6-ish lead at 4 walls. 1.6. And it was like on par to be like, once I finished 4 walls, I probably would have been like 1.7, 1.8 on average with how I do 4 walls to gain speed there. Yeah, that's also, if I remember right, in that run, I didn't do 4 walls too well, but at least I did it. At least it was successful, which is very important, that I at least do everything successfully. Maybe not well, but do it successfully at least on every part, especially 4 walls, because that is a run killer for sure. I got far on that, and that was very good. Oh my god. Anytime I praise myself on the things that I do, I mess up immediately. And I saw what was happening as it was happening, and I was trying to correct, but I was talking too much and not able to sense exactly what it was that I needed to do. Yeah, like right there, that's good. I tried jumping too early though, so I didn't get a good bounce, but it was still successful, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, glass was really good in that run too. I did glass probably better than average. Aw, I was trying to really cut it close. Wouldn't have even been faster that way. Like, hang on. I could have gotten it that time. But, like, watch this. Ooh, I hit the ceiling. If I'm low here... is that low enough? Oh, barely low enough. I didn't like that, though. If I'm low, then I can really... and get good bounces. Those weren't. Okay, if I'm low. Like this? Nah, I was too low. Ooh, I'm trying to do it too... I gotta be quicker with it. Like that. And if I didn't have to recorrect my thrust, it would have been even better. But I did have to correct it, but it was still very good on that. So that is the... like, ooh, if I need to gain more time, that's what I need to do there. It should hopefully gain me at least 0.2 by doing it that way. Because I can actually fairly consistently get low enough to do that without being too low in an actual run. But that spawn, again, is quite weird. But being able to do that and quickly, like strafe, strafe, just very quick strafe, strafe, instead of strafe, strafe, strafe. It's gotta be strafe, strafe. Strafe. Like, yeah. Rhythm. But yeah, it'll be much faster that way. The only problem is you can hit the ceiling very easily doing that, and then everything you did was wasted, because then you'll plop down to the ground before you actually reach, or the void before you actually reach the checkpoint fault spot. Yeah, my subs are really inactive, and if you're talking about me, release, you better watch your mouth. I don't think you're talking about me, but you've already gotten on my nerves a little bit, and that momentum carries through. You gotta watch what you're saying and be less negative overall. But yeah, I think I can probably put music on. But yeah, I also think that this is going to count as a completely separate stream of the other one. So that I don't really like, because I already think I've done too many stream videos in a row without like an actual video in between. So I don't like that. But yeah, I have some really fun, really good Rocket League gameplay that I want to post. But again, I don't think people will actually watch it. But there's a lot of really good, just generally fun and also impressive stuff that happened. Some of the best plays that I've ever had in Rocket League to some extent. I mean, opinions are opinions, but I was really happy with those, honestly. And yeah, so maybe a Rocket League video coming out where playing a little bit of drop shot, a little bit of competitive threes. I might split it into two separate videos, one for drop shot, one for threes. But yeah, also, again, I might want to make like a progress report video where, like, for anyone who doesn't want to comb through the streams, because there's a lot of footage of that, for anyone who doesn't want to do that, I'll make like a general video talking about the things that I've done in the streams, and also, also offline. It'll probably be more towards like a generalized idea of the things that I've done in the streams, the things that I've been working on, and what I should hope to be able to do moving forward, as well as showing some clips of me doing stuff offline to kind of show like the success, what I'm looking for when it comes to doing it successfully. And it'll just be fun to show some really good runs that I did off stream as well. I landed really high there, but it's good enough, good enough. It ate my slide input. I've always been nervous about turning this super quick, because the more you turn, the more it like has to reset your slide pressure. I don't know what to call it. And if I do something here, like if I just spawn at the checkpoint right here, and just go, ooh, ba-da-da-da-da, and do this, it can potentially be a really consistent strat. But instead, I take just the slight amount of time normally to go at it at more of an angle this way and go forward like this. Take the slight more time to make sure that my slide also goes off the edge by having more edge points along my trajectory that it'll accept it for. And, ooh, it's not even working now. And then do a consistent setup for that, which can potentially be a lot better than I just did there. But it'll also make it a bit easier to do okay versions, just like that. Oh my god, don't spam. Yeah, I'm fine if you all, like, are having a conversation and it moves by fast, or if you all democratically choose to, like, spam together, but one-man spams aren't gonna fly. Especially if it's something as pointless as high. Oh, I jumped too soon. Yeah. Normally, in the past, I've been very lenient on what I'll allow in chat and stuff like that, but I need to be a little bit harder on you guys, because if I don't, then I'll just be really negative myself, and like nothing will end up being good. Everyone's chat experience will be terrible as well. And yeah, I just need to be more active at punishing terrible behavior on my channel. But yeah, if you guys were to chant something together, like world record, or like, I don't know, like, that'd be okay, but only if it's together, you know? Only if it's together. And especially if I just got a world record, it would be okay, obviously, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, while my skills, while I'm warming up here, I'm starting to be a lot more consistent at this. But honestly, especially with the stream troubles in between, I haven't restarted this game at all yet. Like, I need to do that, because I have been feeling the effects of lag already. I've just been too lazy to do anything about it. So let me restart the game here. Oh, let me get some music while we're getting back in too. We'll do this playlist for a bit. Wish you could skip this. Hide from us. Hey, kitty. Hi. My cat's right next to me, staring at me now because I talked to her. Yeah, hopefully there isn't any audio asynchronization happening between my voice and the music, because the settings should be normal for it, and I saw that you guys were talking about that kind of lag, I think, a bit before, but again, I think it's a YouTube thing, I want to say, but no, I don't know. Either way, whatever. Alright, I'm already tired of this playlist, because, yeah, it's too dubsteppy. Even though most of the songs here aren't, that just kind of bleh. Let's, you know, okay. I'll give it one more chance. I'll start it on a song I like. Ugh. But yeah, my strafes are so much more instantaneous now. I can feel it already. And we get right. We'll get right. Ugh. Alright, Riz dude, that sounds great. You know, if he can get a 124 before me, then that means I don't have to do it. The horizon. Ugh. Tell anybody. You know, I'm not an emotional person, and that's actually probably why what I'm about to say makes sense, but I really like emotional music. Oh my god. The power, just the raw power of my strafes are messing with me, because I restarted the game and it's so much more instantaneous. and it's messing with me because it's better than I expect it to be. Sorry. Right. No, it's pronounced Riss. It's like rhythm. It's pronounced Riss. I pronounce your name better than you pronounce your name, okay? That's just how it do. But yeah, because of my more instantaneous strafes, it can actually, I believe, hurt you a little bit in some places. So there's like a middle ground which is optimal. Like right when you restart, it's too good and too instantaneous to do certain things actually. Whereas you want to wait like 10 minutes, and that's the golden point to get a run in. And then it starts going worse and worse to the point that it hurts more than it helps, if that makes any sense. Because just lengthening the time it takes for things to happen can actually make certain things better. So right at the start, you'll notice that, like right at the start of the new session, maybe my very beginning might be slightly better. But then it'll, like, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter to you guys. Oops. I was looking away, and even with my peripheral vision, I knew I had made a mistake. And you make me think. Make me. I almost want to lower my sensitivity again. I think... I don't think I ever told you guys explicitly. Because I think at one point I told you guys that I was on, like... I was turning it up to 8.7, but I think I'm down to 7.6 again, and I kind of want to go, like, 6.5. Or either way, whatever it is now, I want to lower it a bit. I feel like I'm too jittery with my right stick. I'm able to move it too easily. Oh, thrust bounce. No. Easy. Believe me. But yeah, I've been... Yeah, what you were saying before about, ooh, someone got, like 1.4 seconds faster than me. I've also done that faster than me. So, I mean, yeah. My best lead is, I want to say 1.8, 1.9 before 4 walls, right before 4 walls. That's the best I've gotten it to. 1.8 something. And it can definitely even be higher than that. But going that high, I've never gotten across 4 walls with that high of a time. But I've gotten past it at, like... That's what I'm talking about. If you try to do it too soon, here, you can, drop to hell real quickly. Like, too soon after landing, and you gotta build up your sprint pressure again. Again, it's not quite speed. It is a little bit of a sprint speed thing, but I like to call it sprint pressure because, I mean, it feels like tiny changes in your actual sprint speed affect things that you're doing more so than you would think, so I'm calling like a different thing entirely sprint pressure, even though that might not be necessary to say. But yeah, if you can bounce, double bounce all the way out to here with full boost basically by the time you get here, because you bounce, so just the timing of it works out. Oops. And then you like slide out from right there. That is the best situation that you can get, I feel like, because that's very consistent and it times out to be very fast. Ooh, didn't let myself keep a little bit of thrust there. I might have actually phantomly had it, it looked like, but whatever. But yeah, anytime though that I've gotten past 4 walls with over a second, I think pretty much every time, like 95% of the time that I get past 4 walls, I'll even go back here, with over a second lead, I always get shot to hell right here. I don't hardly ever get shot to hell, but anytime that I'm a second ahead or more, I get shot to hell right here, I've noticed. And that was also really infuriating for me way back when. I haven't really experienced that ever since coming back lately, mainly because I haven't gotten over a second getting there. I might have done it once off stream, or maybe even on stream. I have no idea. But yeah, so that was very annoying, because like never do I get shot to hell unless I'm on a good run and it's at there somehow. No, if it's at right after 4 walls, right before the columns, or right after the columns, right before glass, like both of those areas. And you've seen me get shot to hell at glass there. I don't know if it was during a run though, but while I was talking about something. Oh yeah, 28.9 for the shotgun landing. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I've gotten 20, like, I don't know, 28.7 or something like that. I've gotten some really good runs at shotgun, and landing late too. Like landing far ahead and getting a time like 28.7. That's how you end up getting something that's like 1.9 seconds faster than my current record is by you have to get a start that's like 28.7, and potentially if you do that, I am completely certain that you can get over 2 seconds ahead by 4 walls from my time, that is. That means nothing to you guys too much, because you guys don't know all the ins and outs of my time like I do. But I'm still gonna say it because that's how I know my time by. But yeah, pretty much everywhere in this, comparing against my personal best here, I can save. And I know how to save if I need to. And even the start, like if I was just, like I can save like 0.2 at the start and stuff like that. I should be able to very easily. When I was off stream, I was getting like 0.4 ahead, even right here, decently often. But when I'm on stream, I'm not gonna focus too much until something cool happens, or until something already good happens. So my starts are gonna be, like, I've always been kind of bad at the starts unless I focus in pretty hard. Because I just don't want to focus until something good happens naturally, because otherwise I'm just focusing too much all the time. You need ups and downs with focus. You can't possibly focus constantly. Like, you're gonna go crazy, and you're gonna burn yourself out. So you need points of relaxation and just letting things happen. And then once you've let things happen, and it happens well, then you can concentrate a little bit harder and focus for the next minute. Yeah, I didn't think I made it. It was almost good enough. If I had a better strafe, slide into a strafe, I could have done it, or just simply landing further forward, I probably could have had it. Or landing into the wall with more pressure, so like aiming it more right and hitting it harder. Would have given me a better potential bounce. Yeah, like, I really do have to hit it harder in. Let me test some things. I don't know. I've done it sometimes. It might only be, yeah, if I'm aiming right naturally, or if I need to correct it, like I'm all the way over here, I might want to focus on this thing that I'm trying right now. Like from this angle, it might be worth it. Ugh. Trying to do something here. Yeah, like that almost made it. Even though I bounced against this wall pretty early and pretty high, it almost made it. It's just like learning backup strats just to make sure that I can get it in every single situation is what I'm doing right here. Don't worry about it. Oh my god, that should have worked, I thought. Alright. Normal strat. Let's relearn the normal, just the consistent, fast way that I want to actually use. Let's relearn that, make sure I haven't broken that in my brain. Oh, that should have been better. A better bounce, I thought. Yes, that would have made it. I'm just restarting again to see how consistent I can make it, because I want to do it like that, yeah. Still made it, but that felt weird. Barely missed. I'm surprised that made it, but it was very good nonetheless. Just surprising that it actually worked. Oh my god. Hover bounce type thing. Gross. Yeah, this is not as consistent right now as I want it to be. Mainly because I'm getting a little bit dumb, just trying to make it habitual and not thinking about it too much. Which is important, but I'm not really addressing that in to you guys. I'm very conscious about my subconscious needs. I'm much more conscious about my own subconscious than I feel a lot of other people are. Like, sometimes I'll talk to my subconscious, which is kind of I mean, technically that's kind of not really what's happening, but at the same time, it is, like, I don't want to say that, oh, it is possible to do, and even though that is what I mean, and that's completely correct to say it for what I am trying to say, but obviously it's possible to talk to your subconscious, that, you know, but to actually get anything meaningful that would, you know, actually, like, your subconscious isn't another person that handles things for you, like, alongside you, but at the same time it really is, and it's just a very awkward thing to explain, so I'm just not really gonna talk. But yeah, just literally talking to yourself. If you ever want to, you know, have your, you know, if you ever want to have some kind of goal to go for, if you have something like that and you want to get it easier, a lot of the time just simply saying, like, out loud or specifically to your brain, as if it was a person, kind of, and saying, hey, I want this. Saying that in your brain and making it very specific in how you say it helps you realize it, because your subconscious will grab onto that because of your being deliberate about it. The more deliberate you are about your goal, the more that you will just happen to think correctly about it. And that's because of the way that your subconscious works. I don't want to get into it any more than that. Just believe me. Yeah, I had to slow down there. But I also did it without having to use thrust, so that was nice. Yeah! That barely made it. It was kind of using the fast strat for there, but it wouldn't have actually gained any time because I was kind of in desperation at that moment. Whatever. I'm gonna change the song here. Hope that's okay. The playlist. Oh man, you guys were talking a lot here. Yeah, so, high score. And that's a very good song. I want to say that I used it first for the sub 140 on Blackout, I'm pretty sure. And it was fun. I used a lot of good songs that I was saving for certain milestones. But right now, all that I'm saving for, in terms of what's, you know, because I do have a song picked out for my next record, but all it is my next record. If it happens to be a 124, great. If it's not, then, I mean, it'll still work too. I just want it specifically for my next record, right? That's what I want it for. That's what it would work best for, no matter what it is, just my next record. And it'll be a pretty good song, at least I think. Yeah, even if it's like 0.001 better, it would still work nice. Finger of suspicion points to you. Maybe it's points at you. Oh, I could have still gotten a record there, but I was messing with my thumb position and stuff and whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna get some full runs in here. I might be wasting my time until I want to reset again, but I feel like I need it. Come on and get me, honey. Oh, ooh, almost made it with that little boost, with that little amount of boost. Since I'm not during a run, I wanted to at least, you know, test it out. But even during a run, I might make the stupid mistake of thinking it would work. Ooh, that was a surprisingly fast thrust I just did there. And it was perfect to the spot I needed to get it to. Maybe a tiny bit farther than I needed, but, you know, pretty much as good as I can naturally hope for. Barely climbed up there at the end, too. Oh yeah, no, I'm restarting the game right now. That was just a whole bunch of frame drops just right there. Get me. Hopefully the audio of the music is still good. And has been. I haven't heard complaints, so I'm just kind of, woo. Show us my spam messages. Okay, I gotta wait through this loading screen anyway, so who? Oh, God. Ooh, I'm solving a Rubik's Cube. Ooh. This type of movement is kind of unnatural for me, especially since I should probably be keeping my muscle memory for my instantaneous recoverable muscle memory on my controller. My controller movements, so I probably shouldn't be solving a Rubik's Cube, but ooh, it's something to do while the loading screen comes back, because it's super slow and tedious to have to do this, but it's also pretty necessary, because the game is stupid and changes the longer that you play it. Hey, Tim, you want a 1v1 today? Oh, not multiplayer. My record for solving a Rubik's Cube is 10.1 seconds, but if I was to try it again now, I would probably not even get an average below 20 seconds. But my record of a single specific solve, just a single solve record, is 10.1 seconds. I've never gotten it faster than that and timed it. I feel like I've definitely gotten under 10 just naturally, but I've never timed one for that, so I can't honestly say that I have or not. Tim, what the hell? You bad boy, you? Why are you getting grounded all the time? I remember that was a huge problem way back when when we hung out more. And I feel like that's the reason why we stopped hanging out. Is because you'd always be grounded, like... God damn it, Tim. What's your problem? Why are you such a bad boy? Yeah, I am talking about a 3x3. I mean, when you don't give the appropriate dimensions, I think it's pretty natural to assume a 3x3. So yeah, when I restart the game, shotgun feels a lot easier to just kind of clip around the wall perfectly to still get a bounce, and just feels a lot smoother and nicer when I restart. So shotgun is a really important spot. Nothing really else feels as important as shotgun in terms of why I would want to restart the game, but it's still very important in all places to do so. Oh, ate my slide input, huh? Again, whoa, 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 whoa. I guess I gotta not quite go off at such a sharp angle. Yeah, like that, okay. Maybe I was starting to go too rightward with my angle there for, but I only did it successfully once. So maybe it was a fluky thing there, and I'm assuming wrongly, because I'm stupid. Yeah. Got it. Okay, I gotta come at this wall a bit better. Like that, for speed purposes. Oh my god. Like, sometimes it does feel like making sure that you get the Drakon puts you in a good path. Honestly, it does. For the way that you bounce. Although I think technically still, just barely missing it would be a good idea, but I shouldn't always miss it, because, I mean, barely missing it means that I should at least get it like a third of the time. I should be that close. So, oh my god. I missed it. I'm not gonna walk in until I actually get it correct here. I'm low. Okay, I still got it well low. That's very good to practice low, being low on the pillar there. Yeah, beast mode. I'm there with you. I've even choked a couple 123s way back when. 123 capable runs, anyway. Probably a maximum of 3 of them. One in particular, at like a 1.9-ish lead at 4 walls, which, you know, passing 4 walls should normally be the extent of when you start saying what run it is, I would think, but I still have to count it, because a 1.9 lead at, like, before 4 walls, I mean, that's quite good. And the fact that I can also gain on 4 walls, like, yeah, come on, we gotta count that one, just for the style of it being already 1.9, like, damn. No one-man spams. I mean, I have, way back when, I've been 3 seconds ahead when choking runs, but I mean, that was a very long time ago. Like, if I'm getting 3 seconds ahead in a run, then I'm gonna be like, alright, listen here, Stravos. If you can get 3 seconds ahead, then surely you can finish the run 1 second ahead. And then I get a 1 second ahead. And then make that happen instead. And then, it pretty much easily will make sure that my time goes down and down and down, right? And it's a much more relaxed way to do it and to keep improving and feel nice. And the only problem is that it messes with your splits, because then you'll have different splits, and then you'll have to relearn your new splits, right? But I still like doing that. I still think that it's good for your mental health to just go for easier records than maybe you're capable of, but still records for yourself nonetheless. And that goes for getting world records as well. Like, I'm not right now just going for a 124. I mean, like, if I get one, great. But, like, right now, I'm barely ahead, you see? But I'm still going for it. You know, I'm focusing much more so on just getting a record in general first. Oh my god. Ugh. I was focusing more so on getting a good slide out of there so that it wouldn't shoot me to hell, because that's annoyed me a lot. That was a good glass. I'm happy with that glass. Yeah, I'm just taking a very relaxed approach. Oh my god, I thought I tapped it shorter. Oh my god. That time I thought I had a tiny bit more boost than that. Should've, ooh, had to slow myself down because I got too big of a... Yeah, always this spawn messes with me. I don't know how to properly come out of that spawn based on... Like, and I would run back and get the whole sprint pressure going and everything, but that wastes too much time. And what if I get a landing that turns out to be a lot like the way that I normally get when I spawn, and then I'll have practice with the way that I spawn there. But most of the time, when I'm in a run, I can get that. So it's not something I'm worrying about too much. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, beast mode? What are you oh-shitting about? Also, boys, I am 20 years old. But yeah, when chat moves down and it like moves along, it's very awkward for me to see a question mark. And then I'm like, oh, okay, let me look up and see what your old thing is. And then I see another question mark, and then I gotta be like, oh, okay, let me look up further. And if it was any further off screen, I would not have been able to read your message. So, whew, I still got it well low there. I barely talk to Brooks anymore recently, like in the past month. So, I mean, in terms of the past month, I do not know how Brooks is doing. Maybe 2 months. Yeah, ever since he stopped playing, Rocket League with me, we haven't really been in communication too much. But yeah, Brooks was really fun to play Rocket League with, because he was playing it just as much as I was, basically. We were pretty much the same level as we were playing it. And having someone who's just like the same skill as you and who you play with a lot for Rocket League is super beneficial, because there is such a huge skill gap in Rocket League, and things you have to know and teamwork that is useful in that game, that it feels very nice to play with someone. Like, well, for any game, it feels nice to play with someone. But for Rocket League, it's much more important that you play with someone who's similarly skilled as you as well, to have the most fun out of it. And it was just nice. But then he, you know, he stopped liking Rocket League, and yeah, so yeah, that's not so fun. But Michael has been getting a lot better recently, it feels like, at Rocket League, so we'll have to be playing it with Michael a lot. I think he's pretty knowledgeable about the game, just like I am, you know, pretty up there. Except he's got the one thing, if I was to criticize him, that he should focus on is his ability to defend. His defending skill needs to come up. But yeah, also, I am kind of hesitant to play a lot with Michael, though, because he plays West, and I play East. So, yeah. Awkward. Oh, I thought I got the jump. That was awkward. But yeah, beast mode, if you're still here, feel free to, you know, work on the record as well. I don't really see it as a race necessarily, but if you beat me, then that means that I don't have to do it either. Like, just all I want, and this may change once it happens as well, but all that I think I want right now is that someone gets a 124 on Blackout. I'm pretty sure that's all I want. It doesn't have to be me, it just has to be someone. And if you do, I'll probably want, you know, a clip of that so I can, you know, share it on my YouTube and be like, yeah, someone did it, you know. I'll probably want that at least, but yeah, it's much more important to me that someone gets it than me getting it. I may still want to do a record, but I'll be trying less often for sure, and I'll probably just stop, to be honest. Probably. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how I feel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got my my setups down for making it easy to do super fast speed stuff for this. I'm pretty sure I got my setups down. I just gotta get more consistent at them, like I used to be. I feel like my current setup, though, for 4 walls is different than it used to be. Slightly different, but I think it's better than it used to be as well. But yeah, I just generally got to get a lot more consistent at the game, just learning it again. I think one thing that'll honestly help me is lowering my sensitivity, because I'm a guy who likes to flick my sticks, and low sensitivities allow me to do that in a very controlled way. I'm very much so a perfectionist, and being able to have fast and controlled is very nice. And a very easy way to do that is to have a low sensitivity and just flick the stick super hard on its side. And that's the mentality behind pretty much every professional FPS player for a game on console. I'm talking mainly Call of Duty. Ugh. But yeah, if I do get a 124 though, like, cause same thing, like whoever gets the 124, I might want to stop. But even if I get the 124, I might want to stop. So both of those leave an opening for just playing the game in general. And I think that if someone else gets a 124 and I just get second place 124, I think that'll be good enough for me no matter what as well. But if I still want to play, I'll probably want to do alpha just to raise that up a little bit. But then, probably more importantly, infected. Because I still think there's a decent amount of time there to save. And I feel like that could be a fun one to relearn. There's a lot to relearn on that. But I feel capable. I feel like I can relearn all of that. I feel like alpha will definitely be a lot easier to relearn, because a lot more of that is probably... a lot more of the logic was transferred to muscle memory type of logic for alpha, whereas infected, the logic was much more logic-based, so logic-based logic, you tend to forget more over time, so I'm going to have to recreate all the logic and hopefully convert it into muscle memory a bit better. And, oh my god. I gotta get more consistent here. Because not even during runs am I actually getting it. And that was honestly a test to see if it would work, and it did somehow. I was probably a bit too far right to be consistent, and I'd want to sweep it left along the way. But yeah, honestly, I will probably end up, when I get the record, obviously, if I get the record, I'll probably end up doing it off stream, because I do perform better off stream. Mainly because at the beginning of this stream, I was really in the mood to get into grinding, but then my mood kind of changed because of talking about stuff a little bit. It's still pretty much there. It's just, I get wrapped up in the stream element of this more, you know? And while the start of my mood might be the same as whenever I would do this offline, my mood will be able to stay much more consistent, and I'll be able to be much more relaxed as well as focused, which is very important for getting in the zone and doing things correctly without even hardly thinking, meaning that what I am thinking about is also much better, and yeah, just everything bonus. Like right there, like I'm doing a lot of mistiming things, mistiming errors right now. Like, I shouldn't be mistiming things, right? And I could just be silent and doing stuff, but that's not very entertaining. But then again, if I don't get good attempts in, is that very entertaining? I have no idea. I was starting this a bit close, but I thought I'd still get a hard enough angle to improvise a good setup out of it like that. That's what I was thinking. Because I have a couple good setups for that, but I'm not too confident in any of them, honestly. I just let it happen, and hopefully it works. Oh my god. That honestly might have worked, but I don't want to do it that way. I doubt it would work, but similar things to that do. Oh yeah, when you get a good enough bounce that you can start thrusting. Oh my god, that's what I'm talking about. Getting shot to hell there. That's so annoying. But yeah, when you can get a good enough bounce on four walls to just like not have to regain all of your boost before you, oh, it feels so nice. It feels so good, and then you just like cleanly make it there, and you gain time off of your current PB. And when it's possible to get over 1.5 seconds lead before then, and you still gain more time, it's just like, oh. It just feels so nice, you know? I wasn't sure if I was actually gonna make that. Part of my problem there is the background here is so bright. I just don't want to look at the center of that because I mean it's not that bright. I'm making a bigger deal of it than it is, but in a lot of situations I use my peripheral vision to see everything all at once, but when it's so bright, you can't see with just peripheral vision alone. It's too bright for your peripheral vision. You gotta look at it and pinpoint things a little bit more for the exact position of everything. And I'm not consistent enough yet to just know exactly where the boundaries of the walls are like I used to be. So I used to still just use peripheral vision because I just knew exactly where it was. But with my current skills, I can't quite do that all the time, and I might make a mistake there. Nah, I'll get a record however I want to get a record, or however it'll happen, but I don't plan on doing face cam. That was just a fun little introduction to it that I liked, coming back into streaming again. But it's too intensive for it to be good for a consistent stream on my setup, so I'm not gonna do it, especially if I want music. I do have a really good setup with a green screen. It's like a makeshift green screen, but it's a green screen nonetheless. And it works quite nicely and stuff like that. But for streaming, it's just not good enough. For videos, I could potentially use it, but for streaming, it's just not. Yeah, it's just not. That was almost really good shotgun, but I was talking too much and mistimed it. Yeah, obviously while I'm talking, I'm not able to pay as much attention to the game right in front of me, so I'll miss time. And then recently after talking, the pace of that will be confusing to me as well. So I won't be able to miss time, or I might miss time things still. As well. So like if I'm just talking and I get to this point and I make 4 walls and then I'm like, alright, I better stop talking, that change in rhythm of stopping talking might actually hurt me. So like, got shot to hell minorly, but it was still a big enough deal. That's what I'm talking about. Like whenever I'm on a good run, I've always gotten shot to hell right here. I don't even get a chance to potentially show my skills and do it correctly out here. Yeah, and I was really afraid of getting shot to hell here too, even though I'm not even in a run, but I like thinking about it the first time I get to a thing as if I'm in a run. So I took a wide turn there. I took it really wide just to try to counteract that, and I failed. I think it's really hard decision. I think honestly, I gotta stop taking this corner so abruptly. I gotta like kind of curve into it. Like, no, that doesn't even work. My slide input got eaten. Yeah, more like that. So kind of quick. I just gotta get the pace of this area right. Haven't thought about this area too much. I'm thinking about things very in-depth. Because I'm pretty sure even, like, your run animation, like how you bounce up and down like this as you run, I think stages within that affect whether or not you might get shot to hell. And I use, like, I just naturally at this point use stages within the run animation to know when to slide for a good slide. And I'll improvise changing the angle of that slide based on how close I'm getting to the edge when it's a good time to slide. There's lots of little things that you gotta keep track of that I'm only half sure are actually affecting things. But yeah. But yeah, Beast Mode, if you're still here, do you pick up Drakon? Because lately I've been going just around it, because it is a shorter path. But then I get weaker bounces on average on the wall. So, like, the first bounce anyway. And I don't know if I like it or not. I feel like grabbing Drakon, honestly, like just barely grabbing it might even be better. And I'll definitely feel more consistent with it. Yeah, I don't know. It's odd. I'm not sure what to do there, honestly. And since it's late in the run, you know, you would think that that's bad, but oftentimes muscle memory will just kind of take over and, you know, ease the decision making of that, and it won't really matter anyway, because I'll do it perfectly, first try, every time. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I've been, just after coming back to it, I've gotten used to not picking it up, just barely. And it still might be true that barely missing it gets the fastest path, but it might just be that barely taking it gets the fastest path. It's somewhere around there that I feel like is fastest. So I might as well pick it up from now on. But part of me is like, well, I've been practicing without picking it up, actually, lately, so what if that messes me up? But pretty much every time I've picked it up, I've done it better anyway. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna be picking it up from now on. That was good. Yeah. Oh, shot to hell, really? I didn't even get to see if my skill there was good enough. I just get shot to hell? Okay. I mean, first try after that, I got it. But, I mean, that doesn't mean quite as much as during a run. Like, come on. Yeah, like, look at this run now. As you noticed, maybe, with the splits, I was like I was over 6 behind. I was over 6 behind when I came out of 4 walls. And it went to 5.7 by the end. So I gained even more time. I was 0.9 ahead, I got shot to hell, and went even faster to the end since then as well. Mainly because of Glass. Glass was phenomenal. So that's why I left, because of getting shot to hell and glitches like that suck. I'm gonna take the timestamp of that. I wanna... 120. 123. That was a really good run minus the fault. If you take away the fault, that would have easily been a 124. Like, it would have been like a 124.5. Like, come on. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not quite that low. But, I mean, seriously, like... Okay, I was just reading chat throughout that. But yeah, 123.5 is totally humanly attainable. But it's kind of insane to actually think about. But anything lower than that, and I would start saying that's not really humanly attainable. So maybe just saying a 123 alone, a 123, like 123.9 is humanly possible. Maybe I am still stretching it for a 123.5, but still, I mean, that's a second faster, a whole second faster than that run that you just saw me do if you took away the fault. A second faster than that run for a 123.5. I mean, that's... yeah, that, you know? Oh, man. I didn't expect... I thought I went too far on the wall. I didn't expect myself to actually bounce there, and it messed me up a little bit. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 0.9 at 4 walls, and getting... I think I got good 4 walls after the fault, obviously, because I got shot to hell. But after 4 walls, like, I think I did that well. Columns, well. Glass was amazing. Much better than to be expected, that's for sure. I might have been a bit slow around here, especially compared to my other time, but maybe not, actually, because I think I did the maze walls pretty decent, too. So, I don't know. I did skip Drakon because, again, that's how my muscle memory has been lately, to go right around the Drakon. But I kind of want to practice doing it with picking it up, because I really do think it'll be more consistent and potentially faster to do. But yeah, that was a 132, if I'm not mistaken, with 6 seconds at one point. Over 6 seconds. Maybe it's more exactly 6 somewhere, but somewhere above 6 seconds behind at one point when I landed there. Not to mention, I did 4 walls better than in my current record, and it was 6 behind and then got increased. So, you know, there was still a time save that we didn't get to see in there. At least I'm pretty sure it was better than in my current record. But yeah, if I don't know, I'll probably just put in the description of this video, really good run, a really good place to go. because that'll be easy to just tell people the timestamp of where to go for just coming into this stream for some good progress stuff. I don't think I'll be ambitious enough to actually take the footage of that and put it in my progress report. I'm too lazy. Oops. Yeah, I'll have to look at what your start is, Beast Mode, I guess, because people have been telling me to do this differently. However, I take the time, especially during a stream, to be relaxed at this point. My average gain checkpoint time, but I still feel it's pretty accurate. Like right there was 1.6, but I mean that was still a bad landing. But my average gain when I was doing it off stream was like 0.3, 0.4 with a good landing. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's a very little, like, when I'm concentrating on it, I can still do better. And I like this because it's something I don't really have to think about too much. And I honestly just have no idea what your strat is. But I'll check it out after this probably. If you, especially if you somehow contact me with an easy way, like on Twitter, to view it. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, I think. At the very least. Maybe next stream I'll actually learn it or something like that. But yeah, when I'm off stream, I'll definitely more often do this better. But I don't need to do it better, that's the thing. Again, I'm not going for a crazy time or anything. I'm only going for a 124, alright? I'm only going for a world record. I'm not going for something crazy, guys. Settle down. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I should restart the game about now too. But yeah, when I'm offline, I've done like I pretty much get the slide off from the 19-second point, whatever. I pretty much get that slide off perfectly, like those walls, the beginning scissors walls and the shotgun walls as well. I pretty much get those perfectly, or much better than you've seen me on average in this stream. But I've somewhat prided myself at this point of being able to do all those scissors walls pretty dang perfectly, especially when I've just recently restarted the game and gotten used to the new physics, because goddamn, why are there different physics depending on how long you've played? Like, it's got to be like a internet connection server thing going on, like having to connect through the internet. Whereas single player games are going to be much more consistent. Like, it's not going to have that problem. But there is like playing local, it probably doesn't have an effect on you, right? Like, I could probably play local and be going on long sessions without any problems. It's probably much more consistent, and I'm pretty sure I have noticed actually that it is a lot more consistent in local. But the downside of that is you don't get a sweet leaderboard time. You know? You don't get a sweet leaderboards thing. So, you know? Alright, see you, Soundly. Yeah, who cares about Scissors? He's clickbait central. So, I don't watch his videos anymore because they're too clickbaity, and I honestly did like his style of videos where he was being creative in certain ways as he was still starting to grow. But it's too much like, ooh, wow, crazy hiding spot and stuff like that, you know. And it feels like his content is a lot of the time just repeating the same video over and over again without any change. And I don't even think I feel bad saying this, but every time I've looked at his channel, which has been kind of sparse, it seems like he's not getting quite as many crazy view numbers as before, and I'm kind of happy about that, I'll be honest. You know, if his views decrease, it might shock him into actually doing some better content again, you know, some more creative, different stuff. And I haven't even checked what his videos are. I haven't even tried watching his videos in the longest time because it just looks like a copy and paste, just using the thumbnails alone. So I don't like. So if he changed his thumbnails, even just slightly, I'd be much more inclined to watch his videos, which would also be a benefit to his views. Because honestly, I have no idea if he's been doing more creative, better content. But it looks like he hasn't been. And I think I have the opposite problem. I change my style too much, but only in slight ways, though. I don't know. I'm probably thinking too hard about certain things, and then when I think very simplistically about my assessment of scissors, I'm not able to do that with myself, and that may very well be what his problem is, too, if there truly is one. If there truly is a problem. But yeah. Oh yeah, the one time I found a game with Optic, yeah. Yep, I remember that one time. And it was totally by accident that one time. Anyways, whatever. Oh yeah, see that? See that consistency there? Oh, that slide was off. A little bit of improvisation there. I had to, because of my bounce. Aww. I was too paranoid about the slide there, like that. I was too paranoid of that happening. Oh. And didn't get a good bounce like that. Didn't get a good angle and bounce timing to do that. But yeah, I'm surprised that I caught up with my time even having to improvise like that. I feel like I'm a really good improvisational player in video games. But with this, there's not too much opportunity for that to really show. Still got a sub 140. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I feel like, and I'm definitely not saying that I'm what caused him to grow, but I feel like without me doing videos on YouTube, I don't know if he would be where he is. You know, it's really hard to say. Because first of all, just like, and there's a lot of butterfly effect that might, that I'm using here, but just not having me as an example to go off of to improve his content and make his content more worthwhile in some ways to watch, right? And having the competition against me and things like that, I don't think he would have had as much of a drive to do better content, let alone if he would get noticed more or not. At least at the beginning. At least at the right time, which ended up causing his success. And again, I'm definitely not saying that I caused it. It's just, when I think back, I think things probably would have happened differently if I didn't do as much stuff on YouTube like this. And honestly, if I didn't do a free run, I'd probably be a happier YouTube content creator that would probably be... I would like to think that I would have more subscribers if I didn't do it, and I focused more on other things and put a lot of my energy into other things. But then again, whenever I do that, it doesn't work out well, so, you know, maybe not. Hang on, sorry. All right. So I've been playing Infinite Warfare a little bit lately just to see if I could potentially like it. And no, not really. I haven't been playing it because it's actually fun. I've just been playing it to see if I could make it fun, right? So yeah, and I don't think it can be, but I think it's a better option than Modern Warfare, honestly. I don't know though. It depends on if I'm playing with people. My slide input got eaten up there. But yeah, I might want to, I have phase rap songs. Yeah, I might want to end the stream soon. I don't know. I have been streaming for a while. I've done a good amount of streaming. But, I don't know. It might be time to stop here. Because I don't know if the sound quality will stay too good. So if I stop here soon, I might still do some offline stuff. For a little while, anyway. While I watch YouTube, while I listen to that, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if the sound quality stays good. Okay, let me do this correctly here. Let me do it correctly. Oh, that was not correct. Didn't get a good enough bounce there. Oh my god. Why am I sucking so much? Am I not? Well, got shot to hell right there. Okay, let me re-envision everything, because something's messing up in my mind. Let me just think here for a moment and envision everything correctly. See if I can recreate it now. A little bit, a little bit. Nope. And this also might be affected by the current state of the game, whether or not it's lagging, but... Oh, it's definitely liking to shoot me to hell more often, it feels like right now. Yeah, that felt good. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I changed anything, but it's working right now. I'm able to get the strafe strength that I want. Yeah, 3 in a row. So it might have been just a... Figures that I get shot to hell right there. Okay, let me catch up on what you guys were saying. Alright, so for thumbnails and picture editing, I use Photoshop. And for video editing, I use Windows Live Movie Maker. And I have another thing that I can use, I'm just too lazy to use, that allows me to do a lot of non-linear type of editing, but is... And it's free, and it's definitely the best non-linear free video editor that you can get, but it's a it's a struggle to use properly. It takes forever to get things done in the way that you want them, but if you want something specific and hopefully short, it's a very good option to do. You just, you know, do that and get stuff going. And this would be like having non-linear video editor means that you can have multiple things floating around on the screen at once, doing things, transforming in certain ways, moving around, and just have multiple objects anywhere. Whereas linear editors are things where it's just pretty much the one thing on the screen, and all it cares about is what's happening to that over time. So non-linear video editors allow you to do a lot more special types of editing, but they're usually expensive. That one isn't, but it's just hard to use in general. Of course, I get shot to hell. Yeah, I didn't have much thrust there. I didn't leave myself enough thrust. Damn, why am I having such a big problem here? That was terrible. Let me try the old strat of going like right there, right on this point here. Basically. Oh, I did have it actually, but it was going to be a high bounce. I didn't actually jump at all. It jumped for me. So I might have been able to stop that from happening by jumping just before that happened if it somehow connected, but probably not. Yeah, I don't like that way anymore. It's not as consistent, I feel like. Ooh, thrust bounce. Discard that one. Oh yeah, and when you get ones like that, sometimes they work and sometimes they're beautiful when they work, but I don't want that for consistency reasons. Yeah, that feels like the best way, and I did get it. Okay. Being closer to the edge and facing more directly forward. Ooh, that can happen more often this way, I feel like. More, because I have to focus a little bit more of my energy on recorrecting what I'm doing during airtime, this part, during that. So it leaves more error possibility there, I feel like, than my old strat. But in general, if I'm just on top of what I'm doing, it should be better this way. But I am not getting it consistently. There we go. Yeah, and when I feel like part of the reason why it's messing with me is that it'll, like, I'll get shot to hell or some kind of weird glitch will happen. And that'll just, in the back of my mind, it'll be like, this doesn't work, do something else. Even though it's just a glitch that is wrongly reinforcing me to do something else. Because that's how my brain works. I take a lot of things, and it allows me to learn really fast, but when there's a lot of things that can just be inconsistent, I hate it, because it messes with my ability to learn. But I just need to more consciously realize when that's happening to get over that, and then I can be a god at learning again. But yeah, I'm very good at understanding patterns. I've always prided myself on that. Oh yeah, getting good bounces. That good first bounce is really nice when you get it. For a second I thought I missed. That was close. Again, I probably should be grabbing the Drakon, just trying to do that again for consistency reasons. Especially, I didn't get nearly good enough strafes there. But especially... Oh yeah, those were some good strafes. Honestly, too good. That I could have even slowed down my time. But yeah, I gotta fix that part next time I'm near there. I gotta repeat that area a lot. Yeah, I feel like I might have missed some of the chat here, so if anyone was talking directly to me, I probably missed it. I'm already, I think, feeling a bit of frame drop here. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to reset, which makes me feel a bit better about my failures at 4 walls, but ooh, messed up there. That was my fault. At the same time, I don't know, maybe it's just been me, and I'm leaving it going just to see if I continue to feel it. But yeah, I don't know if it's just me thinking I see it, and it's actually not that bad, or if I'm incorrectly blaming... But yeah, certain thing, I feel like I want to restart, so let's finish out this run and, yep. But yeah, PC probably does have this issue too, at least to a lesser degree, at the very least. Because it's still the same type of game, it's still the same thing happening, it's just higher frame rate possibility. But I think the main thing is that the information being sent and validated on the servers, like, it is what's actually having problems. I don't think it's... Like, it's also a factor that, like, I'm getting frame drops, but that might be a side effect of the servers themselves starting to have issues with the fact that my game has been lasting for a very long time. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely going to focus solely on Blackout until a 124 is gotten, either by myself or someone else. And once that happens, I may decide to continue to do the 124. Or maybe I'll switch, but I doubt that as much. If I continue playing, it'll probably be for the 124, and when I get a 124, I'll still probably stop, but if I continue playing at that point, no matter what happens before it, I'll probably go for Infected. And I'll probably switch it up occasionally with Alpha just to see if I can get, a better run, because if you look at the leaderboards, I'm pretty low on Alpha. Oh wait, oh, it showed the wrong one. I gotta do this still. So yeah, I'm pretty low on Alpha, as you can see. And I'm there's lots of time to save, lots of people in front of me, So I might want to do that just occasionally, but I feel like I'll want to do Infected more, because I feel like there's more time save possibility here. But yeah, Blackout for now. That's all I know. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could go for an Xbox record at the very least, maybe. I honestly don't know what the record for Alpha is. I don't even know exactly what the Infected record is. Or even what Sidewinder is, for that matter, but I'm just gonna remove that from my mind. I know Infected isn't very much in front of me at all. So basically, as long as I get a new PB, it'll probably be a record on Infected. Like, almost guaranteed, I would think. Yeah, that's been a thing too. Because my record on Sidewinder is a G-Slide record. Like, if only... Like, the only reason why I would do Sidewinder, and I was interested for a while until I realized how much I still hated Sidewinder. But, yeah, I was interested for a while on trying to do Sidewinder better. But, just to make it not a G-Slide time that I had, right? But, yeah, I just don't like Sidewinder. I did kind of like it back with the G-Slide, honestly. It was refreshing and nice, in a way. But, honestly, the record for that, there's so many quite perfect bounces, I'll be honest. It's really impressive to me how well Sidewinder was done. But I think, honestly, I have a strat for Sidewinder that would make it a little bit faster in one part that's not even too much harder to do. I know that it works. It's a very, it's a thing that will work very consistently, but so it's not conjecture or anything. The only thing that's conjecture still is whether or not it's actually faster, and I think it is by like 0.2 or 0.3 at least, which doesn't seem like much, but when you can consistently do that, and when you can when you don't even know what it tops out at because it's such a new thing as I remember it, it might be good. I didn't pay enough attention. I thought I fell off. I was holding forward again just to go forward. It wasn't good enough for a 124 though, so I'm not gonna get too mad about that, because obviously I did finish. The other thing is something I'll be more mad about, for sure. But yeah, no, there were some really good bounces on the Sidewinder record that I cannot really compete with, like, at all. There was some really good stuff. There were also some bad things, but those aren't nearly as bad on the run as some of the good bounces in the run were. And maybe I just wasn't ever consistent enough at it. And I can learn to be more consistent and get consistent setups in the way that I'm really picking apart Blackout in my mind and getting my mind around it. Because, yeah, I've gotten a lot of logic created about what makes an easy setup and what makes a fast setup easier to do on Blackout, whereas on the other maps I don't even have setups for things. Like, it's just I have a general path on the map and I'll just generally follow it. And sometimes being that relaxed and that easygoing about it makes it easier in some ways, because then you're not so much in a perfectionist mindset about doing everything correctly. But when it comes to getting really far down on records, you do kind of need to be more of a perfectionist about how you're thinking about things. It wasn't just the first 30 seconds, but yeah, like, because I was trying it for a decent amount, actually, when I came back to free run the last time for like a day. I was honestly trying Sidewinder for a while, like, a long while, probably 6 hours even, while catching up on YouTube that day. And well, now I have to correct myself. When I say when I came back for like a day, that's when I only really showed my face for a day, but I was there for like 2 or 3, but whatever. But yeah, like, I was trying for a good while and couldn't even be within a second of that time. I couldn't even be that close. It was like I was struggling, and only occasionally would I almost be within a second. Like, I'd have to have a good, like a damn good run to be a second away from that start. Like, literally, to beat it, and which I'm not discounting that I could, but I'd have to have, like, I'd have to have a run where I feel like I'm doing really good, but I'm still a second behind. But then keep that going for the whole 2 minutes of the run, right? It's a really long run, and I have to do really well the whole way through it to conceivably get a record with my current skills. And I'm not saying that it would be impossible, especially because I could potentially get easier setups made and like actually think about setups being made. But yeah, it's just not something I want to do as much as Infected or Alpha for that matter. It's just, I've never thought very deeply about Sidewinder, especially because I pretty much just forgot about it once the G-Slide was gone, because all that I really knew was the G-Slide strats, and I didn't really believe too much in doing it without it. So I never really thought too hard on anything on Sidewinder. and there's a lot that I'll have to figure out. Whereas on Infected, I still think there's a lot because of it's just a long map and there's a lot of certain dangers to be aware of, but it's also a map that I would have a lot more fun learning, relearning the logic behind as well. Like, so not only would it be easier, take less time, but it'd be a lot more fun too. So that's my mindset. And then alpha occasionally would be nice because I'm, you know, just to pull it up just little bits at a time, potentially. I don't know. Getting a better PC, like, I don't have too much of a need for it. So that's something that I'll think about in the future for sure, but it's not in my mind currently. I'm gonna be muting my mic for a bit here. Yeah, Sajumi, at M8, I'm pretty sure I have an even faster way than I've ever seen it at M8. But it's riskier too. And I also have a more consistent way, as long as I can pull up my sensitivity just a little bit more than I normally do. It's more consistent than what I feel like I've ever seen, but obviously whenever you see records themselves, you're not seeing everything that someone knows how to do. You're just seeing what happened in that record. So I can't speak too much on the topic, but I feel like I might be better suited at M8. That's like the one thing on Sidewinder that I might do. And that's not even the thing that I was talking about before for what saves time. It's at Shiva. I want to say it's the Shiva, right? Yeah, it's got to be the Shiva, what that gun is. Right before the Shiva is what I'm talking about, just a slight little thing. But anyways, muting my mic again, sorry. It's obviously more complicated than just bounce and shoot targets midair, and I can't even logically explain it right now because I'd have to go back there and feel it and rediscover it a little bit. But I'm certain that I can rediscover it, and I'm certain that it is still different than anything that I've seen, at least, and also slightly better. Potentially slightly more consistent, but then I also have another version which is maybe slightly slower, but much more consistent. That's really the only part that I have specific setups in my mind created, actually, at Sidewinder. Everything else, I pretty much just have a path for. But in that area, I've actually kind of created some setups for it, now that I think back. Oh, that could have been really good. My boost management was pretty close to perfect there. I probably used a bit more boost than I should have for shotgun. But that's because of my, right before shotgun. But it probably wouldn't matter. But either way, that was really good, and yeah, like that. It's pretty similar. Ooh. Oh, gross. I'm muting my mic again. Damn it. Yeah, I'm starting to lose my consistency with this setup here. Yeah, as you guys can tell, I really do enjoy talking about, like I've said setup a whole bunch. It's just a really nice word. But I really like talking about like strats for speedrunning and just being very precise in anything, like just trying to be a perfectionist about anything. And I've always felt like that's something that surprisingly in competitive play, like in, you know, like professional players playing competitively, I've always been very surprised that they don't talk like that very often, and they don't actually have a productive perfectionist mindset, it feels like a lot of the time. And that's why I'm drawn more so at this point in my life towards speedrunning. It just feels like a much better community, as well as just the ambitions put into place feel a lot more secure and true to what actually makes sense and what actually helps you get better. Whereas a lot of things in professional competitive play kind of, it's a bit disgusting sometimes how different it is. Oh my god. Let me grab Drakon here. Like that, I did that poorly and it felt so much better. Like, not in terms of speed necessarily, but definitely for consistency. And maybe it was at least on par for speed. But yeah, that .9, by the way, that was good in some ways, obviously, because, I mean, I got a .9 lead, right? But it was really bad. I think I remember the bounces right before water, while I still have the shotgun. I didn't get a good double bounce off that wall. I got a single bounce and wasn't going fast enough or far enough to be able to do a second bounce, so I just kind of waited there for a moment and jumped off the wall, rather than being able to bounce off the wall. So it definitely could have been over a second ahead, for sure. And I've also done better starts, excluding that one mistake as well. But it definitely was a good, decently rare start. Although, I was about to say, although I'm about to do it again, the start just until that failure was quite nice. Let me get a good shotgun here. There's so much that can go wrong here, especially if your game is starting to lag. Like that's a decent shotgun. Still faster than what I did, pretty sure, in my record. That's slightly better than the other one, but still not what I hoped for. Damn it. I'm rushing this beginning a little bit. I also feel like it's, might be time to restart the game already again soon. Like, glitches like that, where it, like, hangs you and doesn't really jump or do anything. I hate, like that. Like, it doesn't allow you to jump. That happens so much more when the game is starting to lag. Seriously, this part, shotgun alone. Oh my god, I thought I'd time the jump. But yeah, this part alone is a good enough reason just to restart. 4 walls as well is a big one. It can get affected, but you can get some really good starts if you can get this shotgun part consistently. Like, I swear I jumped there and it should have read my input, but it didn't because I believe the game's lagging. And it requires a restart. Oh my god. Yeah, like, I don't think I mistimed my jump there, but it was sooner than the game wanted. Everything happens so much more instantaneously when the game is running as intended, where everything feels sluggish and not quite as powerful or timed as nicely when you let it run too long. So I think, yeah, like, those strafes, I feel like should have been a bit harder. It was still good enough, but I should have gone further with those strafes, I feel like. Good enough. Oh yeah, hover bounce? Is that what you said? Hover? That's a W. Or it's 2 V's, I'm not looking anymore. But yeah, hover bounce. Yeah, that's bad, and getting shot to hell, and mini shot to hell, and other variants of stuff like that. And even the high bounce. Like, technically the high bounce can have some advantages. Especially in this run, there's actually a strat that can potentially save a second over the normal way by using a high bounce, which is just kind of a random glitch, but you kind of make it happen on purpose sometimes. But yeah, it can literally save a whole second. So, like, I've gotten runs that are 1.9 second ahead. I've gotten a run that was 1.9 second ahead. I don't believe I actually got the high bounce strat when getting there. So, like, adding that in, it could potentially be 2.9. I don't know, maybe a little less than that. But, like, that's insane if you get that. But it should definitely not be in the game either. But yeah, lots of little glitches in this game. Some abusable, like punch sliding, but then many more that just break the game. Yeah, and I like how they tried fixing punch sliding and still never got around to doing it correctly, which I'm glad. I'm glad about. It's not a big enough deal to actually worry about either. And then when they tried fixing the G slide, but they didn't do it well enough, that was hilarious too. It was more depressing and disappointing, though. It's seriously like they don't even understand how some of these things work. And I can't actually, like, look directly at the code to know just how complicated it might be to look in the code, stuff like that. I have decent programming experience, but I mean, still, the ways that they fixed it really feel like they just let a simulation of the thing happen run until it couldn't run it anymore, Whereas that simulation that they made, probably they didn't think hard enough about what actually causes the glitch, which you don't even have to think very hard about. But when they made the I don't know. There's just lots of things that I'm very disappointed about lately with AAA developers that I really thought shouldn't be a problem, but somehow are. And it's probably a power struggle thing where someone's telling people to do things, and then those people are the ones figuring out how to do it right, rather than, you know, it's a power struggle thing probably, because there's too many people working on a single thing in the game. But whatever. Yeah, it was fun. I made a video about the new G-Slide. Obviously I think I made a tutorial or like a rant type thing about it after the fact and stuff like that, but what was I saying? I made I made a montage type video about sorry. Hang on.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
Yeah, I made a 1 minute. Sorry for coming back so abruptly. Whoa. But yeah, I made a 1 minute like montage type thing where it was just all epic and me doing 10 new G-Slides in a row, and I named it "It's Happening." That was really fun back then to make. It confused a lot of people, and they're like, "What?" And then I made a tutorial the day after or something like that. That was fun. I like fun things like that. And I want to do a lot more stuff like that on YouTube, but when it doesn't have to do with Free Run or Black Ops 3, then no one's gonna watch it. So even if I put a lot of effort into it and make it look appealing, you know, no one's gonna watch it. So this is me urging you guys to watch more stuff that I make. At least try it, you know? At least try it. Even if you don't like Rocket League, and I make Rocket League videos, for instance, they're probably set up in a way in which you will still probably enjoy it. Yeah, that's enough for that rant. I'll mute my mic again. Sorry.
Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run. Free run.
It ate my slide input. Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit less in the zone here. I might give this just a few more attempts, but then I think I'll be getting off. I'm hungry now anyway, you know. Might be time to stop. That was honestly, like, coming in at this angle. Like, I've kind of neglected that setup, but it can be a faster setup, just slightly, than the one I've been using normally, like that. Coming in just slightly closer and doing that can sometimes be phenomenal, but it's less consistently fast. The other way is maybe slightly slower at its best, but it reaches near best much more often, right? So that's why I like the normal way. But occasionally, when I do one thing subpar right before, I might improvise. Like right now, I'm set up to do it that way more. So I'll improvise one setup over the other. Which isn't exactly the definition of improvise, but I mean, sometimes real improvisation happens too. That time I didn't have enough boost by the time I reached here. And I panicked a little bit and I was talking too much anyways. So maybe I did have enough boost, I just didn't do it right. But yeah, honestly, I think I do want to quit this here. There were some good runs in here. We had some good times, but I think it's time we stop. I think this is a good point to stop. Let me get 4 walls one more time. Yeah, thrust bounce. Gross. Didn't even have to regain all my thrust. I could have even thrusted even sooner than that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. That's all for me. So I'll see you guys later. I might make a progress report video, maybe not, on the total progress I've been making on Blackout and everything like that, showing a really good run that I got off stream, but maybe I won't get it. It was a 1.6 start to 4 walls. Yeah, who knows. But in the future, you might see a Rocket League video as well. Or 2 of them separated. I don't know which way I'll do it yet. I gotta relook at the footage again. Yeah, that's it. So, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.